Hello, 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 and welcome to another collective reading. I need this light to. It's just a little dark, no? Um, but yeah, welcome. This is like the collective reading on Tuesday, the 11th. It is now the 12th, Eastern Standard Time, 12:09 p.m. But whenever this message is reaching you, it's happening in divine timing. Ashe. Today was the 11th. We will be experiencing a full moon in Leo tomorrow. There's just tons of Uranus energy. And the fact that we have all this Uranus energy opposing the sun just lets me know this might be like a little rocky, a little shaky, a little rock the boat, rock the boat of a full moon. Yeah, but let's get into it. Please, set your intentions for whatever like guidance or information that you need clarity on this afternoon, evening, or morning, or again, whenever you're receiving this message. I pray that God allows me to deliver the messages that we need so that we may feel whole, healed, protected, wiser, and stronger than we were yesterday. I pray that God, our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels protect our minds, spirits, and bodies as I embark on the journey of receiving divine messages, and that we are blessed with the wisdom and discernment to know what is right for us and what is not, so that we are able to take empowered action that is in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Ashe, amen. Okay, work the middle. Change positions. And again, all the readings this year have been talking about changing positions, doing something differently, literally like rocking the foundations of everything that we're doing and that we're used to, so that we can literally engage with our lives in a different way. Okay? If I can just brighten this up. I just need more light. Okay. But yeah, let's get into it. So, what informations or insights does God have for the collective? Anything that God would like us to know? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. How's the connection going? Again, I'm just gonna like periodically check in because TikTok has been giving us a hard time. But the girls are saying that the connection on IG, it's easier, it's better, it's clearer. If it does lag, it lags a little less often. I was just saying this. Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in reverse. Ten of Pentacles talks about like long-lasting structures, families, lineages, ancestors, things that stand the test of time, that pass through the generations. And there just seems to be, with this Queen of Cups in reverse, there seems to be like some emotional patterns about like who we connect ourselves with. Queen of Cups in reverse, directly above the Three of Pentacles. Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords, right? I don't know who this is for, but like, again, if it don't apply, let it fly. But this Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords is like, some people are looking for clarity. Some people are looking for clarity. Some people are looking for closure. Some people are looking for understanding. And there just seems to be like a bunch of missing pieces of like information that have people feel like wanting. Like, I need more. I need connection. I need to understand why this took place this way. I need to understand why this person is behaving like X, Y, and Z. And these cards are low key saying that you actually don't need to know all that. That the fact that the behavior is taken like that the people are acting funny, weird, shady, whatever you want to call it, is really all the information that you need to know that, like, because two things are coming through, right? Like, one thing is like, some of us were waiting for the other party to speak up. Yeah. And if you feel so urgent about it, you can say something about it right now. Eight of Wands, Death card. If you need to dead it, if you need to get to the bottom of it, there's no reason why you should be waiting on the other person to say something, right? But the other thing is like, you actually don't need a conversation. You don't need to be engaged with anything that feels like it strips you of your power. It makes you feel less than. it makes you feel like doubtful or confused, or just that it's not living up to the expectation of what it is that you expect in your day-to-day life, right? In either case, going back to the Eight of Cups, the important thing is that you move forward. Whether that's moving forward and saying, okay, well, I'm just not going to deal with that anymore, or moving forward and say, well, I'm going to get to the bottom of it and have a conversation, right? To dig up the uncovered pieces. Take it how it resonates. Because, like, I feel like for the majority of the people here, the bigger energy is that, like, you actually don't need to understand. You don't need to get to the bottom of it, because there's this feeling of, like, I don't want to say desperation, but it's kind of desperate. Like the Queen of Cups in reverse, she's kind of like needy. You know, sometimes she'll put up with BS just so that she doesn't have to do things alone, or just so that she's in an entanglement, just so that she has partnership, just so that she's connected to another person, which makes her feel safe, right? But if you're tying yourself to another person to feel safe and the person ain't making you feel safe, then what are you actually tying yourself to, right? Ari, please. Page of Cups in reverse. This could point, again, if it don't apply, let it fly. This could point to like younger issues of abandonment that may have taken place during your childhood. But again, if it don't apply, let it fly. Can we get an action plan or clarity on this, please, and thank you? The Six of Wands has been coming out so much today. And the energy is kind of confusing me. Again, like, the energy usually breaks off in two routes, but I don't know if it's upright or reverse. So I'll do like an interpretation for the both of them, right? Yeah, Three of Wands in reverse. It's like, and these, like, the action plan looks really, really good. Three of Wands in reverse, Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Lover's card, right? Like, kind of what we're like missing out on is that, like, when we do things differently, when we explore territory that we haven't done before, again, that Queen of Cups in reverse, when we explore doing things without another person, yes, but as we're getting deeper, they're showing me it's the control. When we do things without having control over our emotional safety, over our emotional stability, because there's kind of like these really tight reins. Like, it's like it kind of looks like a straitjacket, or there's just like tons of rope like wrapped around the person, but the person, they symbolize emotional security. You know what I mean? If I can just place a label and tie around this situation so that I can know that I'm always going to feel safe, I'll be good. And that's what people are looking for. That's kind of what the collective is looking for. Emotional stability. Right? But again, these cards are saying when you open yourself up to the fact that, like, emotional stability is not a constant, there are no constants, and that you actually have the tools that you need to weave throughout emotional stability and instability, and that you can get to the other end, that's where the success is. That's where the power is. That's where you begin to take actions that are in alignment, with God and your highest and greatest good. That's where you take actions that help you move forward, that help you build something in the long term. But there's like this energy of trying to get like this fixed result in the immediate, and trying to hold control over the things that you want to hold control over the emotional connections that you want to control in the short term, and that short-term satisfaction is giving you short-term satisfactory results. Does that make sense? Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm just explaining the energy as it comes up. Yeah. It's so interesting because, like, again, they really want me to drive home the point that when we look for short-term emotional satisfaction, we get satisfaction in the short term. But when we open ourselves up to the ebb and flows of life, that there are highs and lows, you know what I mean? That there are like peaks and valleys, that we're running a marathon and not a race, that's when we begin to receive the benefits and the rewards of somebody who has that understanding and moves in alignment with that. Action plan. Yeah, you're clarifying more of what I said, right? But the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, right? Some of us, we get stopped, we get tied up in the idea that we're not going to be supported. We get tied up in the idea that we're not going to be able to move forward. We get tied up in the idea that like we're not going to be successful, or we're not going to see the things come to fruition that we want to see, right? And again, all of them are hypotheticals. The Eight of Swords, the energy, or the card, I'm sorry, I think I got like a mustache hair in my mouth. The card is represented, I'll show it to you here, but in the classic Rider-Waite. Again, like if you're interested in joining my tarot class, you can find us over on Patreon. I just created a schedule to be a little more regular about like uploading lessons. But in the classic Rider-Waite, the Eight of Swords is represented by a girl with a blindfold, and her hands are tied behind her back, and the ropes are loosely tied around her, and she's surrounded by swords. And nobody's actually stopping her from untying herself and moving on. Right? Looking at this card here, you know what I mean? There's like, you feel like your back is against the wall and you don't have other options, but they're just all in your mind. They're all in your head. And there's something about like the hair on this photo, the swinging of the hair, kind of like, no. It almost feels hysterical, no tea, no shade. You kind of got to cut that away and get very specific and pointed and decisive about what it is that you can do and do something. Again, going back to the first part of the reading. If you need answers, go get the answers. If you don't really need the answers, then move on. And again, the divine is saying most of us don't need the answers. What we need to do is continue to move down the path that provides us with long-term quality results. Again, Nine of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. If I have a long-term view, if I have a long-term out view, if I look from a bigger picture and take actions from that place, I'll feel better. And do that with the understanding that there will be emotional ups and downs, that there will be like a lack of like clarity and vision, that there will always be what ifs, what hows, this could happen, that could happen, but not letting that be a reason that you don't try in the first place. Let's see, anything else? Like plain and simple, don't allow the things that you can't see. Don't allow the things that you ponder on. Don't allow the things that you don't understand be the things that stop you from seeking and engaging with like emotional satisfaction, right? There's a lot of twos here. So we got 3 twos. Twos may be of importance. We got the Two of Swords, the High Priestess, which represents the number 2, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And it really just feels like carrying emotional ideas or things that we cannot see, right? High Priestess conceals secrets and things in the unknown. And the last card was the Moon card. And we have the Two of Swords, which also is represented by somebody with a blindfold. Again, a lot of blindfolds, a lot of like not being able to see, not being able to perceive, not understanding, and not knowing what to hold, what to carry, or how to act, right? But the Knight of Cups in reverse, don't allow that. Don't allow that to just to bury you in like sadness. You know what I mean? Depression, boredom, a lack of understanding, stagnation. that's not good. Because you can always get, if you can't completely obtain the thing that's going to give you the Nine of Cups, the complete emotional fulfillment or satisfaction, you can move in the direction. You can get as close to it as possible. You can get as close to it as possible. You know what I mean? And through consistent action, you'll always get closer. Yes, my loves? Okay. I'm going to get us an oracle card. And that will conclude today's collective reading. Again, I just want to thank you all for spending this time with me. If you do want to book a private reading, always know that the link is in the description bar. Join my tarot class, you know what I mean? Again, I'll be opening up my Patreon pretty soon and creating a free tier where I'll be sharing like journaling prompts and affirmations for new moons. You know, just so if you're unable, you know, to get the full in-depth, you know, inner circle experience where I share spells, rituals, practices, herbs, that you still have a way to stay engaged and like continue on your path of learning the tarot, astrology, so on and so forth. You are poetry. Cozy up with risk. I love this card sitting at the bottom of the desk. You know what I mean? It's just saying get closer to the unpredictability, get closer to not knowing. No risk, no reward. Okay, 32. You are poetry. Essential meaning. Your unique essence, your poetic expression, sacred resonance with the world, freedom, euphoria, blessings, full creative flow. The self-care message. Turning down your brilliance, hiding your truth, shying away from creative expression, shying away from sharing. What's your personal brand of expression, sacred creator? Are you allowing it to shine through all the things you think, do, and say? You are living poetry, and your unique rhythmic nature reflects a soul story, a resonance, and a signature of verses that is all your own. As the breathing, moving, changing expression of the divine, how are you showing up in your story? How you express yourself in the world allows your energetic light to shine fully, or not. It's time to interact with your life in a way that reflects the most luminous parts of your nature. If part of your poetry has been hiding beneath the painful scars of a past memory, or if something is getting in the way of your full creative contribution, get curious about how those experiences, those past fears, worries, and guilt could help you to better understand your gifts and your ballad. Look at all of it, share it, transform it, and make your expression of self a prerequisite for what comes next. In the radiant poem of your life, it's who you are, and it's how you heal yourself in the world around you. And then the journaling or meditation prompts are, what color is your personal poetry? How does it make people feel? What sort of beat would it have if it were music? What would make it happiest? And how can it be used to inspire and to heal the world? Yes, my loves? Okay, that concludes today's collective reading. Again, I appreciate you sharing this space and time with me. As always, please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, angels, God, and the Most High for assisting me in delivering these messages to you. And until next time, this is XOMO. Always remember that I'm here for you, that you can contact me in the comment section. DM me on IG. If you try to DM me on TikTok, I'm not checking that. I'm not even gonna hold you. My email, you know, the link to my website and services, they're all available. If you need more information or you want to get more specific on how, like, what parts of this message apply to you specifically, again, my booking link is in the description bar or in my bio, or where you go to my profile, you'll be able to find it somewhere. But yeah, that's all. I love y'all. Have a good night. And until next time, this is XOMO. Bye-bye.